Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate, or I go by AlwaysMoreSims here on YouTube, and today we are doing a speed build. I don't really know even... The house is called Blueberry Beachfront, because I built this house on the beachfront of Sunset Valley. Originally it was going to be called Blueberry Bungalow, but then I was like, I don't know if it necessarily is a bungalow, because bungalows are typically, like, smaller. Like, it's one main floor, and then, like, there's an upstairs, but it's, like, an attic space, not, like, a full-on upstairs. So, oh, that was my mini fridge, I apologize. So, I ended up going with Blueberry Beachfront, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a beachfront home. I will say No, I didn't really. I had stuff, like, in the master bedroom especially, like, there's, like, seashell decor, because I was like, well, it's on the beachfront, but I don't want to say this house, like, super ties into, like, nautical, island-y type decoration. Like, there's some stuff here and there. Like, I tried going for more tropical looking plants, but I did not go out of my way either to, like, really try to bring in the island type vibes. That blue looks a lot more green. Like, I have the game open right now, and when compared to what's on screen now and the house in front of me, what's on screen for you guys looks a lot more green. It's more of a sky blue on my end. Interesting. I really hope it downloads as more of a sky blue, because I don't really like that bluish green color. That's a little too intense for me. Anyways. I also don't typically build houses like this because I think, just, like, coming from a building standpoint, like, building giant rectangles is really boring. And I just didn't like... I don't typically like building houses like that. I just find them boring. But I don't know. I was like, I'll try something else. I also do not love the way the columns look for this house, or that railing. Like, basically everything on that front porch, I'm not a fan. I don't know. I was using an inspo pick, and it had, like, these, basically, like, the columns I used, just bigger, and then, like, the railing in between, and I couldn't find any of the railings. Well, first, the columns weren't big enough. They didn't, like, cover that whole, like, brick base at the bottom. Because in the picture, like, the brick went all the way to the ground from the columns, which you can't do here. So that was my first issue, was that the columns weren't big enough. And then I was like, okay, so if I do half walls with, like, the brick, like, now it fits the width of the brick at the bottom better, but now I run into the issue that, like, it's not lining up very well with the railings, with, like, the fences, and, like, I felt like it was just kind of issue after issue. And then I got to the back and I was trying to figure out the columns there, and I don't necessarily love the columns on the back. They look very colonial to me. They look a little too fancy, but I couldn't really find anything that I liked that worked with the railings that I had. Like, it was just kind of like roadblock after roadblock. I used some columns on the inside. I actually used, in the living room area, you'll see that I have a, like, platform space. It's kind of like this little, like, office nook, and I had to keep moving the railings outside and inside and deleting fencing and having to replace all of it, and, like, it was a whole process. It was a whole thing. I feel like for being a relatively small house, this house took me quite a while, like about 2 hours, and normally I can whip out these just kind of generic builds in closer to, like, an hour 15 minutes. Because, like, I wasn't building this, like, even though I built it in Sunset Valley, so I built it in the world that we're using for my In Bloom challenge. It's not for anyone in particular, so I don't know. It's just a random house. I really wish I could have changed like the lattice work on the patio piece, like on the front of the house. I also really wish I could have changed that to white. Because again, in the inspo pic it was white, but I really like how the inside of this house turned out though. I was really happy with it. I was a little unsure, a little hesitant when I was building. Like it's very long, like the rooms are very thin and long, like sideways across, and so I don't know, I was unsure at first, but I think it actually turned out quite well. And then the master bedroom is like massive. And I guess I didn't really realize when I was laying out the floor plan just how big I made the master bedroom, but the master bedroom is pretty big. There's 3 bedrooms total, and then there's a nursery. I did not furnish the nursery because I feel like I don't really do the nurseries much justice. I really struggle with nurseries. So I furnished all of the bathrooms. There's 2 full bathrooms, 1 half bath. There is laundry upstairs. So I put some hampers around. I still don't like that house looks really bluish green. That really annoys me. Yeah. 3 bed, 2.5 bath, laundry. There's a carport I eventually put on the outside. See, I just don't love the front of this house. I don't love it. I end up putting a little roof at some point at like where that like at the top of that second floor to kind of break up the front of the house a little bit. But meh. I felt like the outside of this house was very meh. I felt like every time I turned around I was deleting railings. It's very annoying. I also don't think I've ever used this fireplace. It's from Pets, and I thought it was actually really pretty, like with the stonework, and the painting on the front. I wasn't necessarily loving the colors of the painting because they did not match the house, but we fixed that. And it also really bugged me that even though the door and the windows were the same shade of white, they're literally the same swatch, the windows are so much brighter than the door. Also really bugged me. Yeah. I don't really know what to talk about. Ooh. Did you hear that pop? I don't really know. I'm still miserable at my job, so like that hasn't changed. I've been talking with my boss, and she said, because I've made my feelings about my position known to her and like how I'm feeling, and she said that there might be a possibility that I could be moved into a preferred position, but it's still something that she would have to talk to like the higher ups in the company for, and like that's what makes me really nervous, is that I think that's where I might get screwed. Is that they'll be like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. You can stay where you are, you can leave, and if I'm told I have to stay where I am, I'm leaving. I don't know to do what just yet, or to go where. I've actually been debating getting back into nannying. If you didn't know, like I was nannying for a while. And then I got my last job, and which just now, transferred me to my current spot, and yeah. That's what's going on there. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm yawning now. I'm really tired. I'm always tired. Like, I feel just, like, exhausted 24/7. Um, I, I, I love to read, but like I don't have the energy, or I don't really want to read right now, which really sucks because like I am an a Fourth Wing Emporium series. Like I'm a huge fan of those books, of the first two, and I pre-ordered the third one. The third one came in, and like I have like a ton of anxiety about actually reading it. And I'd been rereading Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. I'm I don't know, maybe a third of the way through Iron Flame, because I wanted to refresh myself on like what happened previously, because I finished the books, like I finished the first two books back in like August. I finished Iron Flame back in August, and so like it had been a while. I've read other things since, and I've just kind of let it, like I've gotten really anxious about reading the series. Just knowing that like the fourth book doesn't come out for like another 2 years, which is crazy. That I really love these books, and like, you know, then you have to wait and not know what happens next, and I love the characters, most of the characters, and like then again I don't have the energy or really a drive to just sit down and read. I got myself a reading chair for Christmas. Like it was like a gift to myself. I have the smallest bedroom in the house, which is one of the reasons why I now have an office space. This used to be a spare bedroom. Well, it is a spare bedroom. When we moved into this house, it became like our playroom for a while when I was growing up. And then it went back to a spare room. Like we had a bed in here and everything. Then the bed was disassembled, put into storage, and it became my mom's office. And then my mom never really came up here, and like I think she saw just kind of how cramped I was in my room, and she's like, "Yeah, you can have the office. I'm never up there anyways." So now I'm in here. But like having moved all of like the gaming setup into here has given me a little more room in my room, and I've always wanted somewhere comfortable to sit to read, because I don't find it comfortable reading in bed. I have like a cheap metal bar like headboard. When I was growing up, I had a loft bed, and when we got rid of the loft beds, it was actually my grandparents that said, well, we want to buy for both because my brother and I both had the same loft bed. My grandparents were like, well, we want to buy their big kid beds. That's what you want to call them. But because like they were the ones buying the mattresses and the headboards and the bed frame and the box spring, like because they were buying all of this stuff, my parents were like, okay, we're gonna find like the cheapest headboard we can here, because like we're not trying to break their bank, which like totally, I don't want them to spend any more than they have to, but at the same time it's a cheap, they're like square metal bars, and they are that was my ankle. They are the most uncomfortable things to, like, the headboard is so uncomfortable to lay against. And so, like, the only places I had to sit were on my bed or at my desk. And I really didn't want to sit at the desk, because now that the gaming chair is in here, and I got a new desk for when I moved into the office, and I left my old desk in my room to be able to still do, like, any paperwork I have to take home with me, and I left it in there, and I put the original desk chair back with it, and it's this creaky old, I got it for, like, my 8th birthday. I got this desk, and, like, the chair came with it, and so, like, it's old, and it's creaky, and it's just uncomfortable to sit in. So, like, I'd wanted for a while somewhere like comfortable to sit and read. And having moved all my stuff in here, I now had the space to do so. So for Christmas, I got a nice little chair, and it has like a little ottoman that I use. And like at one point, I was like in this chair like 2 to 3 hours a night. Like I'd get home, and all I wanted to do was change into comfy clothes and pile up in the chair. And like I kind of splurged on myself for Christmas. I got Disney Dreamlight Valley on my Switch, and I got both of the like expansions for it. So like this is like the $80 version. Wasn't this game supposed to be free eventually? I love that it never was free. You've had to buy it the whole time. Because I was waiting for forever for it to become free, and it never did. And I don't think it ever will. Anyways. But I got like the I don't even know what the expansions are called, to be honest. But like the Veil of something and the Storybrooke I don't even know. I have the 2 expansions for it anyways. And so like I'll sit in the chair, and you know, I'll play the Switch, or like I'll mess around on my laptop, or like and I have read. I've finished like 2 or 3 books in this chair, but like I don't know, like I've just so psyched myself out about finishing Iron Flame and moving into Onyx Storm, and like it's just a lot of extra anxiety like on top of my job. Like and I'm currently dog sitting for 2 weeks. I'm calling it now over the next like week and a half. Well, you guys won't, because I've pre-recorded, but I'm going to get sick. I know it. I will come down with a head cold. Influenza A has been going around like crazy where I am. I think it's been kind of like a countrywide thing, at least. My friend who lives like 8 hours away says it's like been hitting her workplace pretty hard. So like I'm thinking it's kind of a widespread thing right now. But like these dogs will just randomly start barking in the middle of the night. And it's not like they're barking at something. Like they'll just they go in a pen. There's 3 of them. They're all smaller dogs. They go in this like medium-sized pen at night. And especially the one will just like at 11:30 midnight just ruff, and she'll wait a couple minutes, ruff, and she waits a couple minutes, ruff. Like I'm just like, oh my gosh, stop. And then they wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock, because these people they're an elderly couple. And they've got grandkids and great-grandkids, like, coming out the wazoo. Like, they just have so many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And she will babysit both grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and some of the, like, the great-grands. Like, she gets them at, like, 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. And so the dogs are used to being up. But it makes it really annoying when, like, I stay over there. Because this isn't the first time. This is the first time I've been over there this long. And they bred one of the dogs last year. And they kept one of the puppies. And it's like, this is the first time that I've really... I've stayed overnight once when the litter was still really young. Like, I think it was back in June. But I don't think I've stayed over since then. But the puppy that they kept is, like, crazy. She's, like, crazy. Like, I've had puppies. I foster puppies. Like, I know what puppies can be like. But I swear this dog is, like, you know, has the energy and just, like, the craziness of, like, 10 puppies combined. She's insane. And it makes it very difficult to like just sit over there and do anything, because like they have like these really comfy recliners, but like this puppy is like jumping on me like 24/7. She's like, I swear she's trying to lick the skin off my bones. Like she just licks. All she does is lick. If she's not licking me, she like, I'll have my book bag with me. That's like my work bag. And she's licking my book bag, or she's licking the furniture. Like all she does is lick. It's kind of weird. I realized I forgot to do the bathrooms, so that's why there was that cut. But like, it's really difficult to just sit there and try to read, or, you know, take the Switch and just sit there and play for a little while, because she's just like, she's like jumping on me. And again, I have worked with puppies for years. I know, like, they jump, they lick, I get it, but like, there's something about this one, she's just crazy. But like, then I think back to the mom, and the mom was like this when she was a puppy, and so I'm like, I'm really hoping she grows out of it, because the mom still gets, like, when she gets really wound up, she can get like that, but she's a lot more chill than she used to be. So I'm just hoping, like, okay, with maturity, hopefully the puppy calms down. I don't know. I've sat here and I've blabbed about pretty much nothing for the last 20 minutes, and we're about to come up on the screenshots. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I do have my gaming channel, and I also have my Twitter, both linked down in the description below. If you'd like to check either of those things out, I would greatly appreciate it. The house will also be linked down below. Feel free to use it. Just, you know, don't claim it as yours or anything. See, I love the little office nook. I think that turned out really nice. Do I have anything else to say? I don't think so. I think that... I'm trying to fill up these last couple seconds. I have like 20 seconds. So yeah, I left all the bedrooms other than the master bedroom unfurnished. I did furnish all of the bathrooms. Yeah, so this is about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Oh, there's blueberries! Those are store content, just FYI. Bye!